Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Soft Life of Sophie. I'm Sophie, and this is my Soft Life. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today, we're going to have a little chit chat. I asked you guys for questions, and now I'm going to give you more elaborative answers because I've already answered these actually. I asked you guys on Reddit and Instagram. So if you want to be a part of the next Q&A, follow me on my socials. My Instagram is linked in my YouTube profile, and you can find the rest of my socials and stuff through my website, which is on my Instagram. So grab a drink. We're going to get a little bit daytime tipsy here because it is Thursday at 2:36 p.m. and I can do whatever I want. And I thought it would be fun to have a drink with you guys. I have a gin and tonic here. This is Tanqueray and tonic, actually. I usually prefer to get is that good ASMR? Speaking of ASMR, if you guys have suggestions for what type of ASMR I should try, please let me know because you guys ask me to do ASMR all the time and I'm down. I just don't really know like what to do besides eating. I think I might just start making mukbangs though. If you don't know what that is, YouTube it. I love them. I watch them all the time. Anyways, yeah, so grab a drink, a coffee, whatever. Also, let's make this a little blazing session together as well if you blaze. I have already started without you. Sorry. I would have passed if I could. But anyways, cheers. So delicious. Okay, so I have pulled up my Instagram, and the first question is, how are you feeling lately? Thank you so much for asking. That is so sweet. I'm feeling good. I had a stressful December and I was a little bit a sad girl, and I don't like the holidays. I've only really lost like one important person to me in my life, and the anniversary of his death is like December 28th. So, packed right there in between Christmas and New Year's, it's just a sad time of the year for me, to be honest. All my family also lives away, and I didn't grow up celebrating the holidays. So, I'm not a huge fan of the holidays. So, I'm glad December is over. I'm feeling a lot better. I love a new year. I'm excited to accomplish like some of my goals this year. I'm determined to be more money hungry. I'm not money hungry at all. I don't really care about money. But obviously, you need money to do things, right? So I'm going to work a lot harder this year. I'm going to try and make more money, and I'm going to try and travel more. And yeah, I'm going to try to find my hustle again. Honestly, I think I need to go back to drinking Red Bull. I feel like I had so much more energy in my life when I was drinking Red Bull. Like, no joke. I actually think I'm going to go buy a case today and see if it makes a difference. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm happy it's a new year. I have an exciting weekend coming up. Me and my one friend I haven't seen in ages. We're going to do oyster night. And then I might have a night doing some psychonaut activities with another friend this weekend. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm great. How are you? Okay, next question was date night. I'm not sure if you're asking me on a date or asking me what my ideal date night is, but I'm going to go with the latter. I decided to put the phone down so I'm not just like holding it for the whole video. Yeah, ideal date night. I don't really know, like a jazz club and drinks, or I love a live comedy show. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like huge into evening activities these days. Like, I want to be at home if it's dark outside. You know what I mean? I prefer date days. I absolutely love going to the spa. I love museums. Honestly, I love being out in nature and hiking. I like anything outside. Like, I'm happy. I'm not a girl who like you need to spend a lot of money to like for me to have a good time. You know what I mean? Also, can I just say this is day 3 hair and it's getting big and I'm loving it. And also, if I am staring out the window a lot, I'm so sorry, but it's snowing outside and it's like really beautiful big snow, like fluffy snow. It's so pretty. It's like a whiteout outside and I have a really pretty view of the lake. I've never filmed in front of this window before. It's such a nice view. It's kind of distracting, actually. Yeah, I would say that would be my ideal date night, a comedy show and like drinks, dinner. Yeah, I'm not a big like evening out kind of girl. Yeah. Okay, he says, what are 3 things that come to mind you regret and don't regret? So I don't really believe in regrets like that. I'm a big believer in like experiencing things and even if they're negative, like trying to like learn from them and move on from them as opposed to like dwelling on like I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish that hadn't have happened. Like I just feel like regrets, like having regrets is a waste of time. You've already done it. Do you know what I mean? Like the thing has been done. I suppose there is regret where it's like you could just be like, "Oh, I wish I hadn't done that." And then like maybe it doesn't take up space in your head, but I'm not that type of person. Like if there's something I wish I hadn't have done, like I would be fixating on that. Like I am like very in my head, so I really need to be like at peace or else it like really affects my happiness, like truly. I've had a lot of chaos in my life and a lot of chaos that was not by my choosing, like I was just born into chaos to be honest, and it just continued for many years. And so I can't say that any of the choices I made that I regret because I love where I'm currently at and I love who I am. And even the hard things that I went through or the things that like maybe I wouldn't want to like relive, I learned from all those experiences. You know what I mean? I remember being really young, like maybe like 13 or 14, and something traumatic had happened, whatever. And I remember being in my bedroom and pacing my bedroom, crying and telling myself, you will not become a product of your environment. You will not become a product of your environment. Because I was filled with so much rage. I wanted to do things, you know what I mean? That probably you would regret. And I was like, I have to get this anger under control because I cannot become this. You know what I mean? And I was literally very young teenager. I had too much awareness, unfortunately. Too grown at too young. You know what I mean? So yeah, regrets not really something I believe in. I think that you just, when you make mistakes, you should analyze them, take accountability for them, try to learn from them, and then move on from them because no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we could regret if we wanted to. I've definitely made selfish choices in my life that, were just selfish. And if you want to bring it down to straight morals, it was probably something I should regret. But I can't go back and change it, can I? So I need to learn what and why and how to not repeat those same mistakes. That's kind of more my philosophy on that. I don't like to dwell on things. I just think if you do the best every day that you can do and you move with good intentions and you don't do things out of maliciousness, then you're fine. You make a mistake, you say, okay, cool, I made a mistake. Don't fucking do that again. And you don't do it again. Or maybe you do. And if you do it again a second time, then you really got to sit yourself down and be like, stop. Do you miss me? Yeah, obviously. What makes you happy? My family. I had a complicated relationship with my family for a long time, and it's finally becoming less complicated. And I have a lot of family members that I'm not going to talk about on the internet, but that make my heart so happy. I can't wait to go home this summer and see them again. I'm so excited. I could cry just thinking about it. You guys make me happy. I love my audience. I love my friends on the internet. I love my job. I love everything about what I do for work. It's the best. I am super grateful and y'all make me super happy. Thank you so much for the support. Like, truly, I am actually living my dream life, like for real. So, thank you. Nature makes me happy. I love being in the forest. I love being in the ocean. I love being in the lake. I love hiking. Anything. I love just lounging literally in a hammock in the woods. Bugs don't bother me. I'm good around wild animals. Like, I'm safe. You know what I mean? Like, even like bears and shit, like it's fine. Like, I grew up, in the country in Canada. Like, it's like real wilderness here, you know? I love it. Can't wait to move to the woods one day. That's my dream. That will make me very happy. A tiny home in the woods near some body of water, a lake, or preferably the ocean. Yo, peak happiness. How do you want to be loved? You know, I'm not joking when I say that, like, I want my first boyfriend and I's relationship, but grown up. You know what I mean? Because we were long distance. I grew up in the east coast of Canada. I'm not going to tell you which province, but in one of the eastern provinces. And he lived in Ontario, which is where I currently live. So we were like 15, 20-hour drive away from each other. And like, remember, this was like my teenage years. So we're talking 20 years ago. Um, so it was very romantic. We would write each other handwritten letters and we emailed every day. And we were just getting cell phones, but our parents didn't really let us text that much. So we would like sneak phone calls at like 2, 3 a.m. when everybody was asleep. And I used to get in so much trouble because back then all of this stuff showed up on your phone bill. So my parents would be able to see how many text messages and like, phone calls. And when the phone calls were, phone bills back in the day were so invasive. And I used to get in so much trouble all the time because I was texting him nonstop and they tried to separate us so many times, my parents and his parents. And so we were always like hiding behind everybody's back, but we were so in love. Like, we were so in love. And we were kids and it didn't work out, obviously. I mean, it might have worked out. It's a different story. I'll tell you that story a different day. And we're not going to get into that today, but I want that like intense, like that healthy obsession. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of person I am. Like, when I'm in love with someone, I'm like head over heels. Like, I like, not in like a way where I put them on a pedestal where it's like they can't live up to my expectations. Like, not like that, but like I put them on a pedestal in my head. Like, I like don't really look up to people, but like if I'm in love with like a man, like I look up to him. You know what I mean? Like, I look to a man to, to take care of me, to protect me, to like be my person. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. I want that like old fashioned, like, I always say that like 90s R&B kind of love. Like, if it's not like that, I don't want it. So yeah, I don't know. I really am impressed by men who like take things slow. I'm impressed by men who pay attention to the words that I say, who remember the things that I tell them. Like, when I can tell a man is actually invested in like who I am as a person and not just the fact that they think, I'm pretty or whatever. Um, like, that's what impresses me about a man. You know what I mean? Because one day, who knows what'll happen? Like, something could happen. So I don't want to be with a man that wants the pretty thing. I want to be with a man who's like, I want Sophie, you know? Are you a sativa or indica person? I like both. If I had to pick one, I would pick indica. But when I buy my products, my drogas, um, I usually do indica dominant hybrid because I feel like I smoke for my anxiety. And I feel like that's a healthy mix of both to where I'm less on the paranoid side and more just on the chill side. But indica fully by itself, I do find makes me too couch locked and like I need to get up and move. You know what I mean? Like, I have a job to do. So also, sorry if I've been like slunched this whole video. I'm sitting cross-legged on this chair with a hot water bottle on my lap. I'm super comfy, but I am a bit slouched. Bad posture. Anyways, that's all the questions from Instagram. So how long are we? 24 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this up, but there are a few questions on Reddit as well. So how old am I? I am 33. And what nationality? I am mixed. So a Jamaican Bayesian on one side and like Scottish, Gaelic on the other. I don't know if I can answer this one here, but I kind of want to. As a beautiful woman with a Hall of Fame booty, how do you deal with the booty fetishists? Do you become comfortable about it or does it still shock you? No, I've become comfortable about it. Nothing shocks me anymore. I would say the first maybe like 4 months of being an OF creator, um, I was shocked. Yeah. There was so much shocking things. I wish I could talk about it on YouTube. Yeah, shocked. But no, not anymore. No, I don't cater to any of that though. That doesn't shock me. Where do I get my planting inspiration? Oh, you're so cute. Uh, mm, I don't really know. Do you want to know why I started collecting plants? Do you want to know how that happened? I moved out of my last apartment because I was a being illegally evicted, or they were trying to illegally evict me and they were making my life hell. I should make a video about that. I will soon. It was awful, awful experience. I was extremely stressed out. There was so much going on in my life. It was insane. And then I moved into this apartment. And as I moved into this apartment, I found out I had a stalker because air tags were following me here. My shit had been air tagged at my place. So when I moved in here, I was not prepared to move. I had no money. I moved out of like desperation. Between the landlord and the stalker, I had to get out of that place. So I moved here and I needed to fill it with furniture. My last place was only 350 square feet. This place is like 700 or 650, something like that. So almost twice as big. And I really only had furniture for the bedroom. This whole living room area was empty. But I had no money to buy furniture because was not prepared to move. This is like 2 years ago. So I had all this empty space and I had all these windows and it was very sunny in this living room. And I thought, well, since I'm not going to be buying furniture for a few months, let me see if I can grow some things because there's a lot of sunlight in this apartment. Sorry, I just had to readjust. My knees kept hitting the table. Yeah, so I bought a bunch of like burlap, like grow bags and a bunch of dirt and seeds. And I literally used this whole space to grow like vegetables and stuff. I didn't grow a lot that was like edible outside of like the lettuces. I grew tons of lettuces and herbs. I had a couple of really successful tomato plants. My cucumber plant and my zucchini plant grew out of control, but I hand pollinated them, but they didn't actually end up fruiting. But I just wanted to learn and I needed something to do that summer and I didn't have that much money to do anything. So that was what I did. I used the living room to grow things. And then during the winter, I by then had saved up enough money and was like kind of got my life together to start buying furniture. So I started furnishing the apartment. And then I missed the plants because now it was like more winter. There wasn't really sunlight like that to be growing vegetables. And so I started collecting houseplants and I became obsessed. Houseplants really helped calm my nervous system. And I was very stressed out. And I didn't realize that plants had such healing powers until I moved into this apartment and I started growing things. So yeah. Now I wouldn't really say there's like any particular inspiration. I just love plants. I like tropical plants. I do love flowering plants, but they require a lot more sunlight to actually flower. And right now, as you guys know, I'm not currently collecting more plants or expanding my collection because of my thirp issue, which since we're here, I'll just update you. So I do still have thrips, but only on one or two plants. They are almost all completely gone. I have been wiping down my Monstera every single day for weeks now, hands picking off bugs, coating everything in diatomaceous earth. It's been a nightmare, honestly. It makes me not want to collect a lot of plants again, simply because thrips will kill them all. And it sucks to build up a huge collection and then have them all die so quickly. My space is also really small to have so many plants in it. But I will always have at least 15 or 20 plants in my apartments. I have 15 right now. I do think I'll buy some more in the next couple of months, like maybe in the spring. But I want to give it another little while to make sure there's no more thrips. That was not a fun time. Okay, sorry if the angle is different. My camera overheated. I just needed to let it cool down. But yeah, that was the last question. All right, this is going to be the end of this video. I feel like I have like 35 minutes of footage to edit. We'll see. I feel like I yapped a lot, so I might have to cut this down to like 20 minutes or so. But thank you guys so much for participating and asking me questions if you did. And yeah, make sure you follow me on socials so you can be a part of the next one. I'm going to try and do a little vlog this weekend of my trip, if it happens. And then definitely my oyster night, which will be for sure happening. I cannot wait to eat oysters. I am so excited. He's going to make a couple of sauces. I'm going to make a couple of sauces. We're going to drink some fancy white wine. I cannot wait. So I will speak to you guys on the weekend or early next week. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. What am I even talking about? This doesn't have anything to do with date night. Q&As are hard, bro. It's hard to talk this much. Also, can I just say this?